Welcome to today's alternative English class. We will do the lesson The Gift of the Magi. Already the introduction portion has been done with you people. We come to know that O. Henry, the writer of this story, is an American short story writer who is mostly known for writing stories about middle class life of New York City, and he is known for the surprise endings or the plot twist in his stories. And then we come to know that the central idea of the story is love, selfless love, generosity, self-sacrifice, the rare qualities which are very precious in this world of materialism and greed. And finally, we come to know about the justification of the title, which contains the biblical allusion of the three wise men, Balthazar, Melchior, Gaspar, who traveled all the way from the east and brought presents for baby Jesus and started the tradition of giving presents on the occasion of Christmas, and therefore it possesses the rare qualities of self-sacrifice, generosity, benevolence, which are very rare in this world of materialism, greed and inhumanity. Now let us go into the story, The Gift of the Magi. $1.87, that was all, and 60 cents of it was in pennies. When he saved 1 and 2 at a time by bulldozing the grocer and the vegetable man and the butcher, until one check burned with the silent imputation of parsimony that such close dealing implied. 3 times Della counted it, $1.87, and the next day would be Christmas. Now, Della, the female protagonist of the story, she is actually the wife of James Dillingham Young. This couple lived in the New York City. They were leading a very hard and struggling life. And Jim, his income was very low, due to which it was very difficult for Della to balance between expenses and savings. So expenses have been always higher or have been always greater than their savings. And for a long time, Della had been thinking about giving a nice and worthy Christmas present to her husband Jim. So her entire life centers around her husband Jim, and she was planning to give a nice Christmas present to him. And in order to save money for Jim's Christmas present, she has been bargaining about the prices of the groceries, the meat, the fruits, then the vegetables, and she used to bargain to such an extent that the other person used to come to know about her nature of parsimony or her stinginess. So the other person comes to know that Della is a miser, or she has the nature of stinginess, or she possesses the quality of parsimony. So parsimony or stinginess means the extreme unwillingness to spend money. So when Della used to buy household goods, she would be bargaining to such an extent about the prices of the goods that the other person would come to know about her nature of stinginess or parsimony, due to which Della often felt embarrassed in front of these people. So in spite of all these problems, she had been saving money for Jim's Christmas present by saving money in terms of pennies or coins. But ultimately, in spite of all her best efforts, she had been able to save only $1.87, and that was not enough for Jim's Christmas present. And as it was one day away from Christmas, Della was desperately counting the money. So she wanted to make sure that she hadn't made a mistake, and therefore she counted the money thrice. Okay, but every time she counted the money, the same amount used to come out. So Della felt hopeless. She felt utter despair that she didn't have enough amount of money to buy a nice Christmas present for her husband Jim. There was certainly nothing to do but flop down on the sappy little couch and howl. So Della did it, which instigates the moral reflection that life is made up of sobs, sniffles and smiles, with sniffles predominating. So here Della, when she found that the amount of money that she had, which she saved after best efforts of her, was very less in order to buy a nice and worthy Christmas present for Jim. And therefore as she had nothing else to do, she flopped down on the torn little couch in the room and she started to cry. Now here the theme of poverty is very apparent, because you will notice that there is only a simple little couch in the house. So it suggests that the couple had so less amount of income. Their saving is so less that they didn't have money to purchase good furniture for the house. So they didn't have money for material possessions or some extravagant needs. So therefore there was a little couch, a torn little couch in the room, and Della started to flop down on the shabby little couch and started to cry. And then she started to reflect upon her life, that her life is made up of, is a mixture of happiness, sadness, and sniffles. So sobs are occasions when a person used to cry loudly and in a very noisy manner. Sniffles means to cry quietly. So when sometimes we used to sniffle, we used to complain about the day-to-day problems of our life, and these day-to-day problems often make us sniffles, often make us cry quietly. And smiles means the happy occasions of our life. So Della reflected that her life is made up of sobs, sniffles, and smiles. However, sniffles are occasions which she predominantly has to deal with. So often she has to complain about the day-to-day problems of her life. She always has to complain about having no money in the house, about scarcity of money. So already it has been told that she would be bargaining about the prices, and she would bargain to such an extent that her stinginess become obvious to the other person, due to which she felt embarrassed. But still she had to save money for Jim's Christmas present. And in spite of saving money, she only had $1.87, and therefore she was counting the money desperately thrice. So these are occasions, like Della's life is such that happiness is very rare. Sobs are occasions when a person used to cry very loudly and very noisily. So those occasions are also very rare in Della's life. The occasions which are present in Della's life are actually the day-to-day problems or the day-to-day financial constraints that the couple have to face. So therefore, sniffles predominate their life the most. While the mistress of the home is gradually subsiding from the first stage to the second, take a look at the home, a furnished flat at $8 per week. It did not exactly beg a description, but it certainly handed word on the lookout for the Mendician's squad. In the vestibule below was a letter box, into which no letter would go, and an electric button from which no mortal finger could coax a ring. Also, appertaining thereunto was a card bearing the name Mr. James Dillingham Young. So now, O. Henry, he has a very interesting way of narration. So while he is actually allowing the mistress of the house, he is allowing the female protagonist Della to make herself comfortable or to overcome the despair that she was facing at that point of time, because she was very, very upset. She didn't have enough money for her husband Jim's Christmas present. So she was very, very upset at that point of time. So O. Henry was allowing Della to overcome her despair. In the meantime, he wanted us to look at the flat in which Della and Jim live. So through the description of the flat, our author wanted to show how the couple was facing financial hindrance or financial problems in their life, how due to financial constraints they were facing lots and lots of problems, their needs were not fulfilled. So these things are shown through the description of the flat. So let us look at the description. Like, although the house didn't have a bigger description, although the condition of the house is not a bigger description, still it is a $8 flat. A flat which is rented at a very cheap amount. It is only $8 per week. And although it is not the description of a baker's house, still the condition of the house is so deplorable that it certainly required the assistance of the organization helping the poor people. So some organization always work for the development of the poor people. They make houses for poor people. So here Mendician's squad actually refer to such kind of organization who help poor people or who assist poor people in making their houses or in fulfilling their needs. Now, by looking at the flat where Jim and Della live, we come to know that their house certainly required the assistance or help of the charity organization. Now, in the vestibule, in the narrow passage below, there was a letter box. And in this letter box, there was no letter, like no letter would go. So probably it might mean that Jim, he is he no longer had a status in the society. He is very unpopular, his income is very low, he is poor, modest, unimportant, unassuming, and therefore nobody used to write letters to him. Or it might also mean that the letterbox was in such a condition that no letter would enter inside. Similarly, there was an electric button. However, this electric button had also malfunctioned. So due to scarcity of money, due to lack of money, the couple could not fix things up, and therefore most of the things were in a malfunction state. So these electric button has stopped functioning, and therefore nobody could actually coax a ring out of it. And also there was a card, a name card, which bears the name James Dillingham Young, and something is written about the condition of the card. The Dillingham had been flung to the breeze during a former period of prosperity when his possessor was being paid $30 per week. Now when the income was shrunk to $20, the letters of Dillingham looked blurred, as though they were thinking seriously of contracting to a modest and unassuming deal. But whenever Mr. James Dillingham Young came home and reached his flat above, he was called Jim and greatly hugged by Mrs. James Dillingham Young, already introduced to you as Della, which is all very good. Now, the name card, which contained the name James Dillingham Young, earlier it used to flung to the period of prosperity, means the card was in a very good condition. But now what happened? The middle name Dillingham, it had become blurred, it had become faded. So it is actually also symbolizing the fact that Jim and Della's status has also become very low in the society. So Dillingham, a middle name, is a symbol of status in Western society. So people having middle name, they actually symbolize high status in the society. So noblemen or rich people or some people having a good name, they often used to have middle name. But here the name Dillingham is not suitable for a person Jim whose income is very low, whose status is low, because he's a poor person, his income is very low now. So the family is finding financial constraints, their finances also have tricked off. So therefore the middle name Dillingham is of no use to a person like Jim, who is poor, unassuming or unimportant. Therefore, just like the person Jim, whose income has shrunk from $30 to $20, the middle name Dillingham, James Dillingham Young, the middle name Dillingham has also become blurred and faded, and only after a while only a D will remain. Just like the person James Dillingham Young, whose status has fallen in the society, whose income has become low, who has become poor, unassuming and unimportant. So just like the person Jim, the middle name Dillingham is also thinking about contracting, becoming small to a small and unassuming D. So the description of the name card has a lot of symbolic significance here. So again here the author is trying to show the theme of poverty. So he is again and again trying to tell us that although the couple is poor in terms of material standards, they are very rich in terms of love, self-sacrifice and generosity. And in order to show how this couple possess the qualities, the rare qualities of love, self-sacrifice and generosity, the author is again and again indicating towards their poverty. So we are getting the description of the flat, which is a simply furnished flat at $8 per week, and although the house doesn't have a bigger description, still it requires the assistance of the organization helping the poor people, and moreover the condition of some of the things are in a malfunction state, the letterbox in a malfunction state, the electric button has stopped functioning or working, and the name card has also become has become worn out, has become faded, it has become blurred now, the middle name has become blurred. So all this suggests that Jim and Della are poor. But finally our author wants to show that although this couple is poor in terms of material standard, they are very rich in terms of the rare qualities of self-sacrifice, generosity and love, which are very rare in this world of greed, materialism and inhumanity.